Okay, Sarah, we're just outside the walls of Jerusalem. We're on the south end of the city. The Dung Gate is across the street. And for the first many years I came here, this was a parking lot. I've walked across the ground from here to over there many a time.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it.
It's hard to believe.
Very hard to believe after seeing this.
Yes, yeah. And what is this we're looking at?
Yeah, what is that? It's like
There's a woman, an archaeologist, Elat Mazar, and a good archaeologist. And she went to the person who was the director of the city of David one day and said, his office is right over here, by the way, and she said, I think underneath here, if we dig, we're going to make some great discoveries. There was good reason for her to believe that.
Yeah, so what were the reasons?
Well, they had found some Phoenician kind of capitals.
Okay.
And so they were downhill. She said, where'd they come from? And then she reasoned they must have just rolled down from uphill. And so she thought underneath that parking lot, they would find some things. Yeah. And of course the director thought, what? So that's the end of his office. If he allows her to start digging, she started digging. And
with his permission or without?
Well, it actually takes more than just his permission.
Okay.
This is the Israeli Antiquities Authority.
Yeah.
But they dug, and they have made wonderful discoveries, one after the other. I'm going to show you some of those before the day's out.
So this is called the City of David, correct?
We are in the City of David. The City of David on every Bible map is just a little small piece of the lower part of this hill. We have the Kidron Valley on that side, we have the Tyrolean Valley right here, and the Kidron Valley actually comes out on the far side over there. Those are the three valleys connected with Jerusalem. Two on the outside, Tyrolean right through the middle. And this location, if you look on a Bible map, it shows that it's a narrow, long area that's probably only, 5 acres or so? And that's probably what the Jebusite city was. But then David would have enlarged it greatly. Solomon would have made it a great city. We'll talk about that later. But this is where David would have lived. Bathsheba, when he saw her, would have been right across the way.
I just can't believe it's so close to the old city.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
Yeah, it is part of the old city.
Okay.
That is Silwan, is what we say today, Silwan. But that is where people lived as well. So people lived not just in the city, within the walls, they lived within the walls for protection, but they would live all around in the country, in the villages, and it's when danger comes that they can run into the city.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Wow.
Okay, we're looking down on the Kidron Valley. If you look right over there, Kidron Valley. Going up the hill, that's the town or area we call Silwan.
Okay.
If you look over to your left, the Mount of Olives.
Oh, wow.
You see all that concrete, those are actually grave sites.
Oh, wow.
They're covered with graves, and we'll talk about why and so forth later.
Okay.
Now, I want you to think about trying to climb up this thing. Could you do it? Okay, Sarah, tell me something.
Yes.
We're in the City of David. This is the side. We're on the side looking to the east. Could you ever climb this if you needed to?
I'd probably say it'd take me like 5 days.
You could climb this, couldn't you? Because they've stepped stones up here like this.
Yeah, but it's very
How about the
steep.
concrete wall down here? Could you climb up that?
No, there's no way.
No way. That's
slick.
closer to what it would have been at one time.
Oh,
You have to
wow.
realize this town has been attacked over and over and over. And so things come down, and naturally over time with rains and so forth, material comes down, and so it begins to flatten. But at one time, this was extremely steep all the way down to the Kidron Valley.
Oh, wow.
That's the Kidron Valley right across the way.
Okay.
Right across the way is also Silwan. And of course, this is where David had his palace.
Okay.
And this is why David could look across and he could see who? Bathsheba.
Bathsheba. Okay.
Bathsheba. Yeah, Bathsheba. And so let me talk a little bit about Bathsheba, who she was.
Yeah.
Her grandfather was David's close advisor.
I see.
Her husband was one of David's mighty men.
I remember this now. That's, oh man. David. Why David?
Yeah, exactly. And so I don't think that he saw her face from his palace, but he knew that she was an absolutely gorgeous woman. He knew that his mighty man Uriah
Yeah.
was off fighting in a battle.
Yeah.
And when he saw her up there, some would say she was trying to lure him. I don't think so.
It's pretty far.
It's pretty
So,
far,
yeah.
and I don't think she was ever exposed. I think that she went on the rooftop and was protected from view, but he knew that she'd gone up there to bathe.
Oh, I see.
So he knows her period is now over, and so he calls for her and he commits adultery. So
Oh, no.
that happened here.